went through all of those claims, but eventually winded up awarding the full estate to Pamela. Now, Pamela at that point had passed away, and unfortunately, she didn't actually have a will. And so, because she didn't have a will and she died intestate, everything actually went to her parents. Now, Jim, the way he wanted it was in his will, the way he wrote it, is that if Pamela didn't outlive him by 90 days, that the estate actually should have went to his brother and sister, which he was very close to. He actually wasn't very close to his family or his parents. He was close to his brother and sister, but not his parents. He actually, at one point, told the media and told his manager that his parents were deceased, because his father was a military guy, an admiral, and wanted Jim to follow in his footsteps, or at least go into the military. But Jim had a completely different thought process. Jim was a pretty well-educated guy. He actually went on to UCLA. He went into the film school. He very much enjoyed poetry and wanted to be a poet. And his dad just couldn't connect with that. And so, Jim and his mom and dad kind of never saw eye to eye. And when he did obviously pass away, it wasn't left to his parents. He would have had his brother and sister, but because of the way it was written, it actually went to Pamela, and then Pamela died intestate, and then unfortunately that winded up going to her parents. An interesting note is that Pamela's parents actually didn't like Jim, actually hated him, and so at the end of the day, his fortune winded up going to her parents because she didn't have a will. Now, fast forward a little bit, the Pamela Corson wins, the estate goes to her, eventually because of intestate laws, goes to her parents. And then her parents, thinking, okay, we have this, well, not so fast. Because then Jim's parents came in and actually sued the estate. First, they sued based on saying that the marriage that he had to Pamela was not a legal one. They said that, at the end of the day, they actually showed where a year prior to him getting married, he actually had a real ceremony, kind of a pagan wedding, with another woman. And she, by the way, also filed suit and lost in the court of law, claiming that she was married to Jim. But the courts didn't see it that way. It ultimately went to Pamela. But then Jim's parents argued against the marriage, that it wasn't real, that this common law marriage wasn't real, wasn't legal in California at the time, because they got married in Denver.